Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video I have something so amazing to tell you guys. I am officially starting HRT. Yes, and I'm going to be talking about this in today's video. So if you guys ready for this, ready for chapter 1, ready to know all the dits and grits, just keep on watching. Well, hello, we are back. I'm talking to you guys. Welcome back, guys. I hope you're excited as I am for this one. I'm gonna have a lot of information on this one, but this one we're gonna start by doing our makeup. I've already gone ahead and done my brows, and I concealed my lids, and I put on my tape. And personally, if you don't like the tape, you don't gotta use the tape. But I personally love how the tape looks from my eye shape, so I'm gonna use the tape. I don't need the tape, but I'm gonna use the tape because I like the tape. Okay, I'm gonna start doing my eyeshadow. We're gonna have a conversation because I have so much to tell you guys that I'm so freaking excited and happy about. But let's jump into it, and I will talk to you guys about why I'm so happy while we jump into the tutorial. It's only appropriate that I use this palette, the Makita Dragon palette, on my eyes today. I love this palette. This is like one of my favorite palettes. But since we're talking about trans topic, why not use a trans creator? To that, I'm gonna get a big fluffy brush, and I am going to be jumping into artificial into the palette, and we're just gonna be getting started. Oh, I love this color. My goodness, it's been only the first week. I can't tell any differences, obviously, but I feel stuff. I definitely start feeling some differences in my emotions. But okay. Y'all don't know, and I gotta inform y'all. I got to tell y'all what's the dizzle. The 411, the dealio, all that. Let's get into that. So hi, I'm Kylie Monroe Martinez. I am a trans woman. I'm a trans woman. If you don't know that, I was a Mr. going to a Mrs. Have been living my authentic self for about 7 years now. I have been looking into doing everything medical as well through my transition. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of the cash, and I also just didn't have a lot of the resources. The one thing that I noticed about the trans community is everything is very, very hush-hush. Like, it's still very new, but it's also extremely hush-hush. There's transgender people out there, but I feel like they don't get, they'll talk about their experiences, they'll give you updates about HRT. It's taboo to talk about where to go to, how to find a doctor, how to get started. It's kind of just oh, I started doing this and all that, which is actually very difficult. It's especially for me, I have not known where to go, where to get started. Places I have went, I didn't like. Or I went somewhere to try and get my hormone replacement therapy started. Those of you who don't know what hormone replacement therapy, it is when someone undergoes their hormone replacement. Being born as a male, I naturally produce testosterone. When I go on hormone replacement therapy, I take hormone blockers, so I stop and hold my testosterone, and I take estrogen, and I start taking the right hormones I need to, and then I start getting some body changes. Actually, I'm going through puberty again as a female. I've been pressured a lot, oh, if you're not doing the hormones in the medical part yet, you're not really trans, or you're not trans enough, or it's you haven't started being trans yet. And I've had people kind of be like that, and kind of talk like that, and say stuff like that, and it's that's not true. And it's kind of I before I felt like I had to lie and say he was on hormones even though I wasn't on hormones. For a good little minute, I kind of just felt like I had to lie and say I was on hormones when I wasn't on hormones, which is really sad. I also was very much the one bitch who was like, I'm gonna do it on her own. I'm not gonna really ask another, because like I said, it's very hush hush, very taboo. I'm kind of embarrassed to ask. Like, I don't know many other trans women, so I was very prideful, and I was having a lot of difficulty. In the place that I went to, they treated me more like a number than an actual person, so I kind of was like, I don't want to go with these people. This is a life-changing moment for me, and for them, I'm not even really a person. I'm kind of just a number, and I want something more personal. So here's the craziness of everything. Because for a while, I'm trying to find these hormones. I'm trying to get started. I'm trying to start doing the medical part of like my transition, and I felt like I couldn't. Hormone replacement just felt like really far away from me. One day, I was watching another trans YouTuber, and I was watching about like their hormone replacement and all that. Something about me is that I watch about others' journey on YouTube, kind of to like excite myself for my own journey, if that makes any sense. And then one day there is an advertisement, and normally I just skip through advertisements, I don't even listen. But one day there was an advertisement going on, and it started talking about hormones. And I was like, what? Hormones? What, where? That's where they said it in that commercial. And basically this commercial kind of like changed my life. I found a very, very, very special app. It is called Spruce.com. And what is Spruce.com? For those of you who are just being like nosy, just want to find out about it, it's not really a big deal about all this, but if you are a trans person, listen up. Stop what you're doing and listen, because this is important to you if you want to start HRT without going through all the bullshit. Because I did all the bullshit, and this is how I got started HRT, and this is where I am, and this is how I'm happy now. So if you want to hear this and make it easy for you, shut the fuck up and listen. So, let me put on my eyeliner, and then we'll talk about this. Give me a second. I am back. Okay. I know I said I was just gonna put on eyeliner, but then I was like, you know what? I gotta do my base. My base is annoying to do on camera. And then I was like, you know what? I got a cream contour and concealer, and that's also gonna be annoying to do on camera when I'm talking. So I went ahead and just did my base, and I'm baking, and I'm just gonna do the rest of it with you guys. I'm just gonna talk with you guys. Maybe that was a little too fast. Now I'm just baking, and now we're gonna get it and talk. We're gonna get it and talk about this. Look like a more natural kind of brown. We're not here to talk about bronzer. We're here to talk about hormone replacement. Okay, so the last of the story, I said that I found an advertisement on a YouTube video, but this ad kind of just caught my attention. It started talking about HRT, and so I was like, this ad's talking about HRT, like, why? Like, let me look more into it. And it turns out this ad was an ad for Plume. And if you guys don't know what Plume is, I'm about to fucking change your world. If you're not trans, it's not really gonna change your world. But if you are trans, I'm gonna fucking change your world with Plume. Because Plume changed my life. So Plume is a website online, and it's made by people LGBT community, and they're doctors. So basically what they do on here is you pay $100 a month for Plume. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by Plume, but if Plume wants to sponsor me, bitch, I'm here. So you go on, you sign up, you tell all your information, your pronoun. It is $100 a month for it, but that $100 a month is pretty worth it, in my opinion. You do $100 a month, but that also covers your blood work that you have to do. I'll go and explain more about that later. A month, and it covers blood work and all that. It doesn't pay for the actual hormones. You gotta pay for that yourself. You don't need insurance, but it's still cheaper than like the reg. After that, they will ask you for a day to set up an appointment. The appointment is an online, it's all like through video. First, to download an app. It's called Spruce. Spruce actually is an app where basically you can text the doctors whenever you want, and they like respond super freaking quick. You get in contact with them there, and it's basically Spruce and Plume. Plume is the actual place. Spruce is how you talk to them. So once you sign up for both of them and you pay the $100, you will pick a day for the appointment to have a video chat with them. The first time I picked an appointment and actually couldn't make the first appointment, I reached out to them, they gave me help, and I actually was able to make a new appointment after missing my first original appointment really easily, not even that long afterwards. It didn't take that long to wait for the appointment, but the spots do kind of fill up kind of quickly if you do like take your time. It's not saying they won't get you in quickly, but the spots do start kind of like filling up the more and more they're getting known. The actual day, they sent me a thing. They wanted me to set in my vitals. So you gotta set in your own vitals. You gotta set in your blood pressure, your height, and your weight. And I sent them all that. I sent all my vitals in. And let me rewind. They'll ask you for your vitals, and they will send you an email. This email will give you all the information basically about the pros and cons of transitioning, the different ways of transitioning, the patch, the pill, the injection, and then the different kinds of like hormone blockers. And basically you go through and see which ones you think are best for you, and then you basically tell them what you think first. So then when I got the video call, we had a conversation about everything. Basically, I've spent 7 years researching all this. I kind of already knew everything she was going to tell me. So basically when we were in there, we're talking, it was kind of, she explains everything, but it's kind of, trust me, when you're a trans patient and you've been like studying for this for so long and waiting for it for so long, you already know all the information that she's given you. For me, when I was talking to her at first, I was saying how, I want the fastest results, because this is like me finalizing, I want to get through this quickly. But then it took me some time to actually stop and actually think, and I was like, I don't want to rush it. So I decided that I'm not going to rush it. So then I decided I'd rather have quality over quantity. So for me, I want as much breast growth as I possibly can. So I personally am starting out the estrogen pills to get as much breast growth as possible. After that, I will be switching into the injections and the kind of testosterone blockers. I don't know what the name is. It's I don't remember. But basically, the testosterone blockers are going to block my testosterone, but they're also going to help shape my breasts a little bit more round, give them a little more shape to them. Not going to happen overnight, but that's okay, as long as I'm on the journey to start, you know what I mean? It hasn't been a full week yet. I'm on day 4 right now. Do I notice any differences being on them on day 4? Physically, no. I went to Halloween Horror Nights actually yesterday, and I guess I found myself, I get way more thirsty than usual. Like, I get really dehydrated now. Like I need to drink something. Not like a super ton more, but I'm also a little emotional more. Like I start tearing up a little bit more moodier. But I haven't noticed anything physical change at all. Even if it's not the fastest, I want the best results. You know what I mean? When I started them, it's funny because the little estrogen pills, you're supposed to stick them under your tongue with them dissolve. There's really no taste to them. But the testosterone blockers, it's like you swallow with water, and those look like little Dragon Balls. Like little tiny Dragon Balls, which is kind of ironic. I tell you guys, it was so freaking fast to like get it and to like get started. When can I go get them? You know what I mean? And she's like, I'm actually putting in today, right after we get off the call, for you to be able to go and pick them up. So I literally flew. I was able to start the exact same day, and normally they say that's not even close to possible. I got a message from them because they said to give them a call like 10 or 15 minutes after we got done with conversation, just to make sure that they had what I needed in stock at the pharmacy that I chose. I called and it was fine. They told me it'll be ready. They're like, it'll be ready at 2:16. I'm like, well, shit. I go to work at 2. I'm at work. I'm telling my boss, like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get these drugs. MG. Guys, I'm so excited. I am so beyond excited right now. I can't even begin to share. I'll do my makeup, but you know what? This part I'm not going to do my makeup because there's no need for makeup. There's no need for taking that time. I'm just here to do it, to get things done and over with. And I'm so excited to announce what is going on here today and what I'm going to show you guys. But in this packet, in this CVS packet, there's something that I'm so freaking excited to share with you guys. I have 2 special little bottles here that you guys probably already know because you read the description of the video, and I'm pleased to excited. I am pleased to announce to you guys, this is going to be my first ever estrogen update. This is my first day taking estrogen, and I am so happy. I'll be taking it with course. I'll let you guys know what I'm taking, but that's not an excuse for me to tell you to like self-medicate, because don't do that. This is not to help. Self-medicate is just what I'm taking from my doctors, from my medical professionals. It's not for you guys to self-medicate. It's just kind of just educational stuff that I'm trying to hear and share with you guys, and I kind of want to just share my journey. And I'm excited because I know when I look back at this, it's gonna be crazy. And literally, I got really emotional. I picked these up, I ran to the car, and for a second in the car, I was like, for a second in the middle of the pharmacy, I was like, I picked the pharmacy, I'm about to pick it up. I remember I had my appointment. After I finished my appointment, I'm sitting there, right at the appointment, hearing that my prescription was going to be sent right over after my appointment to be picked up the exact same day, and I was just like, I almost cried. And literally, I told my mom about this, and like, I gave her a hug, and we were so excited, and I almost started crying because it's just like, I never thought this day would finally come for me to start my estrogen and hormone blockers. And today is the first day, and we are going to be doing it together. Estradiol, 2 milligrams. I'm taking the tablets. I am starting off with the tablets because I want the most. I'm starting off with the tablets, 2 milligrams, because when you start with tablets, they give you the best breast development. And then I'm going to be switching to the injections. And then I am also taking progesterone. I'm not really sure. I've taken 100 milligrams of that. That's my testosterone blocker. I'm taking this specific one because it helps round out the breasts. The breast that I have, the breast tissue, helps round it out and just really give me the nice, I want some nice boobies, okay? I want some nice boobies. I take my estrogen once in the morning and once at night, and I also take my testosterone blockers once every night because they make me sleepy. So we're going to do the estrogen together right now. It says push down with palm while turning. Oh my goodness. And so the way to be taking the estrogen actually is I'm going to be putting it, it says dissolve 1 tablet under your tongue twice a day. So I'll be taking 1 tablet and I'll be dissolving it under my tongue. And these suckers are so tiny. First time taking estrogen. Estrogen dose number 1. Now to talk about how I feel now actually being on hormones. Honestly, it feels so fucking good to be on hormones. Like, I can't even begin to tell you guys how good it feels to be on hormones. I know you guys are like, oh, you're on hormones, congratulations, we're so happy for you, you finally got this medicine. Like, but it's me coming on here and saying, oh, I'm on hormones, like, this is something like, how do I explain this? On those days where I was feeling a lot dysphoric, or those days where I was just really down on myself, I kind of just have to remind myself, it's okay, it's gonna be one day you'll be on hormones, one day you'll actually start doing all that, and be able to actually be there and experience that. I guess it's just something I've always wanted and I didn't think I'd get soon to, and now the fact that I'm here, it feels so amazingly good and it feels wonderful. And it's like I kept telling myself, it's like I want to have you guys with me on the journey of me transitioning and the process and all that, but I was like, I'm not on hormones and all yet. Like, I can talk to you guys about trans issues and all that, but sometimes it gets a little too personal and emotional. It's like, I want to talk about me actually transitioning. And now that I'm on hormones, I'm doing just that. I'm able to start that part of the journey that I've been dying to do with you guys. And yes, it's only been 1 week, not even a full week, but it feels amazing to be here and to be doing this. And it's like, this has been a dream of mine, and it's like I'm finally living the dream, and I'm so happy and I'm so good for you guys. And I'm also thinking of actually starting a GoFundMe page when it comes time a little bit closer to my surgeries, after I figure out like all the amount of cash and all that. I'm kind of getting out of my own head, out of my own pride of no, I don't want to do that, and actually allowing myself to do that. So I guess we'll see. But yes, I plan to document my whole transition with you guys. Every month of hormones and also my surgeries. So you guys are with me every step of the way. This is literally basically chapter 1 of I don't know how many chapters of this part. We're gonna get into medical stuff. We're gonna get into all of it. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys are excited about this journey as I am. That's all I have to say for you guys. Remember, you guys, don't just live your life, but live your dreams.